Welcome to your Joyful Life podcast, episode 22, where we're asking the question, what if you are enough? Also note, there's some background noise at the 25-minute mark. Someone was pressure washing outside. We thought the mics wouldn't pick it up. They definitely did.
All right, welcome to your Joyful Life podcast. I am your host, Mike, and
I'm Evan.
Evan is also a host. We're co-hosting, I guess.
We are.
This is episode 22. This is exciting. So we've been resisting this one a little bit. This topic has been on our topic board for a little while. And I think, frankly, Evan's just scared to go there.
I am. Yeah,
Me too. This is so our topic for today is what if we are enough? Dum 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 dum. What if we're enough? What if you're enough? What if you're watching this, what if you sitting there right now in all of your glory, whatever that looks like, what if you're enough? What if you're enough, Evan?
Yeah. So I've been resisting this because partly because I wasn't sure what I would say or contribute. So I don't know if I believe it.
Here we are.
In our last podcast, we both sort of acknowledged that we had some fear around living in our fullness. We didn't use that wording, but
I wish we had grabbed that Marianne Williamson quote. I've got the quote. This Marianne Williamson. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this topic. I send this to most of my coaching clients at some point. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You can insert any word you want for that. You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses, so I've got to, there's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. And then it goes on from there. But the important part of it is that you are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, that feels true. Every time I hear that, that's how I live, and I think she's right that we're not supposed to live that way. We are not here. This whole thing is not here so that we can be
safe,
scared and safe. Yeah. I always think of that expression, a ship in a harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are made for.
Right. Yeah, right. Nice one. So to come back to the question, what if we are enough? So the first things that come up for me when I entertain the question, what if we are enough? What if I am enough? Well, if I am enough, then I have no more excuses. If I am enough, I am no longer a victim. If I am enough, there is nothing but possibility. If I am enough, then my only limitation is my belief in any limitation that I hold. How's that for a start? All of that. And I think for me, there's something else that comes up about
Maybe the fear of failure, like trying something and failing, like taking a risk. Like I remember, I went on my honeymoon to Italy, and beautiful. We were on Amalfi, gorgeous, and those winding roads, and there was a place that rented Vespas, and I took a look and I thought, I don't know how to ride a Vespa,
right?
And then we didn't do it,
right?
That would have been a core memory. Now, maybe I would have flipped over the barrier and we wouldn't be doing this right now.
I don't think Vespas are all that complicated either. But
I don't think so.
Yeah. But if you saw yourself as enough, that limitation of, I don't want to try this because of a potential outcome wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
That roadblock, right?
Yeah. And I have like, I had a good friend, we've lost touch, but a good friend who was someone who, that idea that he couldn't do something never would have entered
Right.
into his mind. And he was like, he moved to Iceland when he was 22 or something, and somehow ended up managing a restaurant there without knowing what he was doing. And he had boats and ATVs and just had crazy stories to tell because it never occurred to him that he couldn't do something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And part of that is, I mean, some people are just wired that way, and some people, I'm not saying it's impossible for anyone to get there, but some people are more sort of default.
Well, I think some people have fewer constructs in the way of their realization.
Yes,
that they're all that they need to be.
Yeah,
or not all that they need to be. They're part of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. There's no stories in the way.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I hate to admit this. I've got stories that are in the way.
Yeah, I do too.
Thanks, Dad. Mostly reconciled. No, not even reconciled. Mostly evaporated.
Yeah.
But there's still, if I was enough, what would be possible? Well, and I think, there's something about this question that makes me want to say, you are enough. And like over and over again, and maybe just say you're enough. Do you know that you're enough? Like, yeah, I had a real, I had a whole process of getting to where I am now, where I'm like, yeah, I'm mostly enough most of the time. There's little bits and pieces that are going to tweak themselves over time still, right? But everything from standing in front of a mirror and acknowledging things I had done that I wasn't proud of, and like just all kinds of, I don't know. I like the word practices, right? All these things that came out of me that I made peace with as I started to realize that I actually am enough.
Mm. Say a little more about that, or a lot more.
Well, the realization that I am enough.
No, the sort of the practices, like what?
Oh well, just there have been people that I've felt I've wronged in the past, or I didn't treat the way that I wanted to, and lost touch with them. Don't know how to find them. Even tried in some cases to track people down. Couldn't. Standing in front of a mirror, like allowing myself to forgive myself, asking them via telepathy for forgiveness, right? Mm-hmm. And I think beginning to see one's enoughness includes an acceptance of all the things you've done or haven't done that maybe you didn't want to, should, could, whatever the story is, right? There's something about the journey towards realizing your enoughness that can be very cathartic. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah,
in my mind, it makes sense. I don't know that I'm articulating it well.
Yeah, the two things that sort of popped up were like the AA 12-step program has a lot of that, which I'm not very familiar with, but
and it has nothing to do with that for me. Like that wasn't part of it, but yeah, carry on.
No, I just mean like as part of that process, like, and the other thing that came up was, and I'm less familiar with this than I am with the 12-step program, is shadow work.
Right.
And I think what shadow work involves is like looking into the darkest parts of yourself. Like it's not paying attention to those things in the hopes that that's not part of you. It's fully accepting that we all have that darkness in us, either the capability or the experience of things. And I think there's something, very powerful about being, we talked last time about honesty, just being honest. It's not telling a story about it, what it means, but I did things that I wouldn't have done today, and I
couldn't do today.
And I feel bad about that. And presumably we've all got experiences like that. I when I was in high school, I thought I was better than everybody. I thought I was smarter, and I treated people as if I was.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I regret a lot of that.
Yeah.
I'll never know how much hurt I caused other people, because I just don't know. But being honest about all of that, I think in a way sort of clears it out. It doesn't. I don't mean like absolves you. Like, you still did the thing. It's out there in the universe.
There's something there's just something cathartic about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to dwell on that or on shadow work. I mean, for me, the stories that I suffer are my own thinking. Period. And with that understanding, there's no need for shadow work for me, right? Or maybe I did it without knowing that I was doing it. Right? Who knows? But I think, what I want to underline with, what if we're enough, is not what if we're enough, but you are enough. You are whole and complete and part of all that is alive on the planet, period. And you can't escape that. As long as you're here, and arguably after you're gone, you're part of the whole already. Like, you and I are animated by the same thing that animates the plant here. It's a real plant, by the way. And I think seeing that imparts at least an intellectual understanding of enoughness, if not a felt embodied version of enoughness.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, it's like the X-Files. Like, I want to believe,
Well, and maybe that's part of the trap of, right? Like, I mean, I think, however we describe what we're all looking for, it includes that I'm enough.
Sure.
Right? Maybe it's happiness, whatever the languaging around that is. It includes, enoughness. It includes wholeness. It includes contentment. And I think the trap of that I'm not enough is that there's something to do in order to become enough.
Yeah.
Well, you ever seen a baby? Would you ever look at a baby and say they are not enough, or that they are incomplete in some way?
Right.
I mean, they're as fucking complete as it gets.
Yeah.
They are as enough as they are. I mean, it's ridiculous, but they embody enoughness.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
They're perfect.
Yeah.
And then over time, we lose that connection in one way, shape, or form. We tend to drift from the knowing that we're enough, however we articulate that, right? So it's not what if we're enough. It's that, holy shit, we are enough. We cannot not be enough, but for thinking we're not enough.
Yes.
Right? Like, you take the thinking away from that, and everyone's enough.
Yeah.
Right? Which I'm hearing, like, kind of like, oh yeah, shit, right? It's always me, right? I'm enough, but for the fact that sometimes I think I'm not.
Yeah.
And that lack of enoughness sometimes looks like I'm not worthy, or I'm not deserving, or I haven't done enough work, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, my life is pretty fucking good, and by all accounts, I have done nothing to deserve it. Like, other than I've kind of just fallen into stuff as I've gone along. So there are times when I feel undeserving of the life that I have. I mean, I'm not wealthy or anything like that, but my life as a whole is awesome.
Yeah.
What did I do? Nothing. Like, so I don't know if there's something in that little soliloquy. It's not a soliloquy. That little.
Yeah. I think it's always the perceived gap.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think it's exactly like you said. Like, I intellectually, I agree with the conclusion or the premise, or which it's sort of both. But I don't feel it. And there's that fear of, like, it doesn't feel like I can just change my mind about it.
Yeah, just be enough.
Right. It doesn't make a sound when I snap my fingers. It's not changing.
Yeah, isn't it interesting how I mean, you know that you're enough, and I know that I'm enough. But I don't always allow myself to act like I know that I'm enough all the time.
Yeah, I know it intellectually.
Yeah.
But I remember, when I was a teenager, like when I was 18, I believed it fully. I lived as if I was, like, I remember feeling like I know how all this works. And not in a conceited, arrogant, I'm better than people way.
Right.
It was just like, I lived joyfully a lot of the time because I sort of felt like I knew what was going on. And I was broke most of the time. I had, it wasn't like, here's a perfect life.
Right.
But I felt confident in who I was.
Right.
I think. And in some ways, I mean, I lost that for a long time when I had to be an adult, like provide for a family, and like struggled with that. There were a lot of stories that came along with like, hey, maybe you don't actually know what's going on or how to do any of this because you're fucking up a lot. Now I'm back to a point where I feel more, I think this is just part of getting older. Like I feel more confident in how I interact with the world and with my own mind. But that embodying that I'm enough, like, no, that fear is still there.
Yeah, I was the opposite, man. When I was young, I was like, I had no clue. Like,
I mean, to be clear, I may not have either. It just felt like I did. I don't know.
Fair. I was anything away from, I was so far away from knowing I was enough. And that led to, all kinds of addiction and drugs and alcohol. And, I had no clue. I mean, I was already looking in this direction. And I'd had experiences that pointed me to my connection to everything. But I was so up here, like so messed up with my own relationship with my thinking that the idea that I was just enough was foreign.
Yeah.
Right. Like I understood it. But as you said, there's no embodiment of it. And now, most of the time, Mikey's just good enough.
Doing okay.
He's enough. Right. And I guess, this topic, just like I said earlier, it really, I just want to keep saying over and over again to anyone who watches this, you're enough. There's nothing for you. There's nothing about you that needs to change. There's nothing about you that you're going to fix that will make you enough. Or your enoughness is going to come from somehow realizing that you're already enough. Right? It's that idea that my enoughness is going to come from something external to me that keeps us away from it. Right? Like,
but it's like,
yeah,
how do you get there? It's so close.
It's so close, right? But, but every time it's so close, it's still this far away. Right. And the thing to do is to kind of, you gotta turn back, and maybe that is, bawling your eyes out in front of a mirror. Like, who knows whatever the catalyst is.
Yeah, but crying is also always helpful.
What's that?
Crying is always a good one.
It's not a bad one. It sort of brings you back to yourself.
Yeah.
It does for me. I'm an easy cry though. But this we walk around with this idea that there is in order to. We got to get somewhere before we can just be ourselves. Yeah. We, everything will be fine when, I'll be enough when I'll have proven whatever it is, whatever language we or you or whoever uses to keep them away from who they really are. I mean, that's the barrier, It's there, as Marianne Williamson says, our greatest fear is not our darkness. It's the light of what we could become. Like, so we're it. We just got to let ourselves be it.
Yeah, I want to do that. If there was a switch, I would flick it.
Well, who's to say? Oh, there's that mosquito again.
Yeah. Oh,
who's to say? Maybe. Well, like I said, I mean, maybe still thinking that there's a switch to flip.
You're right.
Is the problem, or not? And that problem is not the right word. Is the challenge of it, right? It's like the podcast of us chasing a mosquito. If I was enough, I could just capture the mosquito. Like, you know, it's sneaky. We live in a world that makes it look like we're separate from everything.
Yeah.
And in that separateness is the perception of, it's easy to see a perception of lack. And lack is something that needs to be fixed.
Right.
Like enoughness. I got to fix it somehow. Well, I mean, the plant's alive, I'm alive. That's enough. Like that confers.
Yeah.
In my mind, that confers everything that we're looking for. You know, like we are the universal energy of everything. We're it, man. We're love. We're boundless. We're bounded only by the limitations of our thinking.
So what? How? Why? Like, I know there's not supposed to be anything to like do in terms of fixing or
it's got to be dropping the questions, man. If there's something to do, it's dropping the questions. Like, what else could it be?
Right, because
how do I get there? Oh, trapped.
Right, because the thing that's limiting is your thinking. Like anytime
I don't see how it can be anything else. Yeah, exactly.
If you can stop thinking for 10 seconds, you feel pretty good.
You're enough. Yeah. It's only when we're identifying with our own thinking and making meaning of that thinking that we have a perception of not enoughness. Otherwise, we're just, the ball floating on the water. Yeah, cool. Everything's enough. I mean, that's something to play with if you're out there watching this. You see if you can notice that the only time you ever think you're not enough is when you're thinking that you're not enough. The rest of the time, you're fine. And even...
damn it, you're right.
I don't mean to make this funny, but if you're fucked up 99% of the time and for 1% of the time you're not, well, that points to something, right? Because in that 1% where you know that you're not messed up, you're not going to be thinking that you are.
Yeah.
Right. So incrementally, we talked about this a little bit last time. Like, how do we start, or how do we continue on in a direction? I don't know, man. Like, look for the exceptions.
Yeah.
When I'm not thinking that I'm not enough, what's happening then?
Yeah, I'm certainly not scared.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm doing a reno. There's stuff in my reno that I'm not 100% sure of. The only time I'm worried about it is when I'm thinking that I'm not 100% sure of it. Otherwise it's just cruising along, right? Oh yeah, I'll figure that out. I can figure that out. And then the panic grips, right? Then the thinking becomes real, and now the spiral is, I can't do this. So yeah, the thoughts, taking our personal thinking and making it about us, making it real is a big deal, man. It's a big deal. And people, what's unfortunate sometimes is that I think what people hear is, it's my fault. Right.
Well, I'm the only one in here thinking. Yeah.
So yeah, technically it's your fault. It's your responsibility.
I thought you were going to make me feel better about that. Just going to double down.
Right. Yeah. It's your thinking. And well, I mean, we can get into that. I mean, is it really your thinking? I mean, where's it come from? I don't know. I mean, it's playing in the theater of my mind, but is it my thinking? I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, I didn't choose
I don't know what the next thought's going to be, where it's coming from. Try to pick your next thought and see how personal it really is.
Bananas.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. That was it. And where'd that come from?
Exactly. I don't know.
Exactly. So it's only when back to episode 20, right? It's only when we take shit way too seriously, when we take this all so seriously, that we start to run into the I'm not enoughs. We start to push up against the limitations that we create within our own thinking, that there's lack. It's wacky, man. I can't get over that. I only feel like I'm not enough when I'm thinking about it. It's
obviously when else could it happen?
I mean, and that tells you something. I mean, if you're exploring in this direction, that should tell you something.
It should, yeah.
And it may. So, maybe the
hold on one sec. We're somebody's pressure washing outside.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So maybe all of those questions are just the wrong questions, right? What if I'm enough? How do I be enough? What's wrong with me? All of these things that diminish us.
Yeah. What else do I have to do? Yeah.
Right. Which then of course lends itself to what do I have to do, which is another step away from I'm whole already and complete.
Right.
So
it's all assuming that things are not good now.
That there's something wrong,
there's
or that there's something
yeah.
missing, or that that you're broken in some way, shape, or form. Right. And I think it's really, I mean, it's easy to the degree that I'm able to. It's easy now to know that I'm enough.
Right. When it's easy, it's easy. Yeah.
When it's easy, it's easy. And the times that it's not are less personal. They don't last as long, but there's still, doubt or whatever you want to call it. But I think often when we're trying to solve for that question, and however that question appears for an individual, is the trick or the trap is indulging the question.
Oh, right. Because we always have the option to just not do that.
Well, that's just my thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, what if you're enough? Well, what is that? That's a thought. How do you feel? Not good. Okay. What's that tell you? Oh, fuck. It tells me that I shouldn't be taking this thought too seriously because it's just me making meaning of something that I have a feeling that I don't like. Now I'm naming it. Now it's become a thing. It's real.
Yeah.
Now I got to do something about this thing that isn't real that I've made up or that I've attached meaning to. So maybe that whole what if I'm not enough gets solved by, oh, how does it feel when that arises in me? It doesn't feel good. Okay. What does that point to? That points to you using your power of thought against yourself. Stop doing that. Right. Oh, awesome. If I stop doing that, I'm enough. How cool is this?
Ooh, it does always come back to that.
It's simple. It does seem to come back to that. It's the close, like we talked about truth a couple of episodes ago. This idea of the relationship thought as a creative force seems pretty darn like the truth to me.
Yeah.
The more I look at it, the truer, the more obviously true it is.
Yeah.
Right. I don't hold that as a belief anymore. I used to. Now it's just, it's my truth. It might not be yours, and that's fine if it's not, but it's mine.
I'm getting there too. The more I think about it, I don't see how it could be anything else. Yeah.
I'm not worthy. I mean, one of my struggles is I'm not worthy. Right. Oh, okay. What's that? It's a thought. Okay. Is there any evidence to suggest that I'm not worthy? Well, yeah, there's all this. Okay. How do I feel? Not good. Okay. Awesome. So what does that tell me? It doesn't mean that I'm not worthy. It doesn't mean that I'm right that I'm not worthy. It means that the thoughts that I'm paying attention to right now are not serving me.
Yeah.
And by attending to them, I'm creating them as if they were real. And then I'm trying to solve for this thing that I've made up.
Yeah, realizing you just don't have to do any of that is pretty freeing.
That's the whole there's nothing to do thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there's nothing to do but to realize or remember or whatever language we want to put around that what you're feeling is your thinking in the moment, not the moment itself. And the thinking doesn't mean anything about you until you make it mean something about you. So this question of what if we're enough or why am I not enough? There's no question there unless you indulge it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, the question itself is already playing the wrong game.
Yeah, exactly. It's already stepping in the direction of now I need to figure it out. Now I need to solve for it. Oh, now it looks real that I'm not enough. And if I can just fix it. And so you're down the rabbit hole like right away. Like they should teach this shit to kids. Well, they don't need to teach it to kids. Kids already know. And it's evident in how fast they move back and forth.
Young adults as they're
as they're moving away from the childlike awesomeness that we are, the enoughness, right? As you start to question yourself, right? As you start to compare and to look into the wonderful world of social media. How could I possibly be enough when all these influencers are obviously more enough than I am, right?
So I talked to my daughter yesterday. She had some interpersonal challenges at school yesterday.
Right.
And she's a very emotional person, like very high EQ. Like she wants everyone to be okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we weren't talking about being enough, but we talked about wanting the suffering that happens when you want things to be different than they are. And I was like, think about it, like, challenge me if you don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought about it. I was like, no, that's true. It's just like start like go back to her examples, like point it out. And there's something like she got it.
Yeah. It's cool,
there's something like that is a truth. I don't think that's a belief, and maybe people disagree. And I guess that's, to me, that's a knowing.
Yeah.
That's, and once you know it, you can just see it more often.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with this, as I'm talking as if I know what I'm talking about. The thing that you helped me figure out in the last 20 minutes. But yeah, just reinforcing that entire avenue of thinking is like that there's something to do, that I need to get to a place. Those are thoughts, like that I can articulate them is because they are thoughts.
Like, we're alive. We are expressions of life. How can we not be enough?
Yeah.
Right? Like, the plant's alive. It's enough.
Planting great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's doing a great job planting. My dogs are doing a great job dogging.
Yeah.
We're alive. We're part of that. How can we, like, it may seem like a ridiculous question when you tell me about all the problems that you have and all the challenges that you're facing. Yeah, we'll do a coaching session around it. But what if you're enough? What if you're already enough? What if all that we need to do is get comfortable with that possibility that we're already enough? And I have a deep-seated belief, this is a belief, that we all know that somewhere inside us.
I think that's what we're all trying to get back to. I think the reason we pursue things is because we know that that's possible, that feeling that is possible.
Yeah, and the problem is we pursue things, and so often in the pursuit of that thing, it takes us away from looking just, oh yeah, there it is.
Right.
Right? It's not out there. It's not out there to get. It's not here. It's not anywhere, but it's, it already exists. And I think I really, really like the belief that I have. It helps me in my coaching too, when I believe that people are enough.
Yeah.
And I know that they're enough, but I believe that somewhere in them, they also know it.
That came through clearly when we did coaching together.
Right.
Like, you never, like, your default assumption and the way you framed everything was that I already had all the answers within me.
Yeah.
And had similar experience to draw from to figure it out for myself. You never told me what to do or even gave me a suggestion of anything. You actively resisted doing that even when I asked you.
Yeah.
And it was that form of coaching is empowering because it's like, it's guiding me, but I'm the one figuring it out. And so when I go and do a thing in the world, like, that was my idea. I own that. I did that.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
So we jumped into this topic. We should probably revisit this again.
I think it'll come up again, but I think that's good. I just want to turn off the lights and close my eyes for a bit and just not think and just be in.
And I have to get an oil change and go back to a renovation.
Yeah, well, you can think about all that. I'm going to try and think about nothing. But, all right,
good luck with that.
Successful first stab at this one that I was resisting for a while.
It's a good one, right? Like it's I think I know we're closing it off, but that under that banner of, what if I'm enough is like, wow, I'm love, I'm the universe, I am you, you are me, we are. Like, it sounds cliche, but there's a connectedness to oneself and to others that starts to emerge when you start allowing yourself to even suspect a little tiny bit that you're already enough.
The more you can accept it about yourself, the more you have to accept it about other people.
The more obvious it becomes.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. Good one.
Namaste.
Namaste, indeed.
All right.
Guess that's it.
Yeah.
What are we? This is episode 22?
22.
Woohoo. All right. Thanks, everyone. That was awesome.
Everyone.
Appreciate you.
See ya.
Cool.